Streaming from Oklahoma's own digital studio, this is Jeremie Poplin with Thunder Breakdown.
Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome into a Thunder Breakdown. And guess who's back? Back again. I can hear Eminem playing in my head right now. The Oklahoma City Thunder are getting the reigning NBA MVP back on the floor tonight. And the timing, quite frankly, could not be any bigger given the current situation in the West. That's right. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has officially been removed from the injury report that came out yesterday. Also, as well, we now know that he will be here for this stretch now with a few games. He missed 9 with this abdominal strain, and he is going to be available tonight when the Thunder host the Nuggets. So let's break down for a minute what this actually means for OKC, the Western Conference race, and why this matchup with Denver suddenly carries even more weight. So what this return actually means. First, this is massive for Oklahoma City. Before the injury, SGA was putting together another MVP caliber season, almost 32 points per game, 6.5 assists, 4 rebounds, shot 55% from the floor. Now, here's where it gets interesting. 33 minutes per game, 120 straight games scoring 20 or more points. So during this absence, you got to give the Thunder a lot of credit. They went 5-4. They stayed afloat because of guys like Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Jalen Williams stepping up big the other night, career high 30 points. But let's be real for a moment. This team is absolutely different when SGA is on the floor. Yeah, no kidding. This is the engine. This is the closer. This is the identity. Now, I do want to say for a brief moment that with SGA back in the fold now, there might be a few moments where it doesn't necessarily look as natural to the rest of the supporting cast because of his return. Why is that? Well, they've had to go through and adjust a number of things with the roles that have been set in place for this core group of guys for multiple years leading up to the championship run. So some guys have had to take on a few extra responsibilities. Now you mix back in SGA, who also hasn't really had the opportunity to play with Jeremy McCain yet, or with Topic or any of those other guys in there. So, yeah, there might be a few growing pains here, but I would expect that to work itself out relatively quickly in terms of the overall big picture. So timing-wise, very, very important here. We'll get to some of that here in just a little bit. But one thing to watch on Friday night as we look at some storylines is maybe some of Shai's minutes because, as I mentioned before, averaging 33 minutes in those 49 games that he played, he's been out nearly a month. So will there be any type of restriction for SGA in terms of minutes? We'll find out. Mark Daigneault has been cautious. I think the entire Thunder organization has been cautious for this because, yes, they would like to win the 1 seed, but they know what's the most important part of this. It's being available and also health rolling in because with this team, with the way that they play defense, even if they do find themselves on the road for a playoff series, not optimal, but you feel really good about the level of defense that they can create and be able to travel with. But this organization has been cautious. I think they've taken the right approach with SGA. I'm thinking they've taken the right approach with A.J. Mitchell, with JDub as well, who's also going to be reevaluated sometime next week. And they've been pretty good about their timelines, so for the most part. So let's keep an eye on SGA and the number of minutes tonight and what type of SGA that we're going to get back. I think we know which one will be because he's going to get back to his normal closing role, but they need him fresh for April and May, right? Not just right now in the month of February. So why is it important timing-wise? Well, the pressure is starting to rise a little bit. So they're still sitting at the top of the Western Conference, but that lead is shrinking because the San Antonio Spurs have been playing their best basketball. They've won 11 straight now. They're right on Oklahoma City's heels. They're a game and a half back of the Thunder. They have played by far their best basketball in the month of February, going undefeated. You look at their offensive numbers, their defensive numbers, and they have even become much better than what they were through the first half of the season. Their schedule not quite as difficult as what Oklahoma City's has been, but still this recent road trip to the East Coast has proven that they might still be a year ahead of schedule, but they are absolutely someone to contend with here in the West. And what's funny is you just look, like Denver's taking a step back. This whole Jokic thing with coming back, they haven't figured that out quite yet. But Denver's tumbled down, and everyone just automatically assumed that this would be a two-horse race in the West with Denver. And who knew about Houston with the way that they would fit in with the Kevin Durant move that they made back during the summer. Houston is playing better basketball as well. They have moved past the Nuggets, so this is a very important moment for the Nuggets as well. So how important is the 1 seed? I guess that's the overall question. Well, I think it matters. It clearly matters. Top seed gets a clear, easier path into the West. Obviously, you miss particular matchups, especially with the top teams in the West in the early portion of the playoffs. So clearly the first seed is going to matter for sure. I'm not sitting here saying that it's an end-all be-all. It would be, to me, it's far more important for a team like San Antonio, I think, to get that 1 seed in terms of path, just because the Thunder have been there before, they've done it, and their defense, when working all the way together and operating on all cylinders, has proven time and time again to be the best in the NBA. So if you can avoid certain matchups, sure. But if you want to repeat, you want to put yourself in the best position that's possible, and getting SGA back now stabilizes that. So Thunder still not fully healthy. Let's keep that in mind. With SGA back, they are not completely whole. This is about, though, as healthy as we've seen them in a while. JDub remains out. He's got that right hamstring strain. He's going to be reevaluated in a week. AJ Mitchell is still sidelined as well. But the most important complete version of the Thunder that we've seen in a while will be on the floor tonight. So you're going to get back SGA, Chet Holmgren, Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, Isaiah Joe, and all those are roles that will get to finally settle back in place, something that we've talked about before. And this has been a really excellent job of the Thunder, like juggling all of this for a large portion of the season. So this clash tonight, fascinating. Denver, best offense in the NBA, still at a 120.7 rating. Oklahoma City, best defense in the league right now, 106.4. And we'll find out. Jokic is coming off of a monster performance against Boston, and Denver still trying to figure out a little bit of defensive consistency, and that's putting it nicely. Last time these teams met, Thunder win. So we'll see where it goes tonight. Maybe some other quick storylines, some quick hitters, so to speak, to watch. Jamal Murray's questionable as of now, as of this recording, with an illness. Aaron Gordon, Peyton Watson are remaining out as well. And Jalen Williams coming off of that career-high 30 points. Possibly the first NBA matchup between Serbian teammates in Jokic and Topic, as well, as Topic has only played in 5 games so far this season. But there was at one point in time where Jokic called him the future of Serbian basketball. So that's one of the other X factors tonight. Man, they have done a great job. And I know that the lead has been able to shrink down to 1.5. But if you think about everything that they've been through, no pun intended, but to weather the storm and to get to where they are right now and still have the best record in the West, that's what's unbelievable, even with the number of minutes that they have missed all together on the floor tonight. Now is really when I think the intensity starts to really ramp up with both these teams. I personally think that the West race is going to be a lot of fun here to close out, and this stretch run, it's going to get real. It's going to get absolutely real. Oklahoma City trying to lock down that 1 seed and make another run in the playoffs and try to get to a back-to-back championship. So, guess who's back indeed? It's SGA, as the Thunder with a big one tonight in Oklahoma City at Paycom, taking on the Denver Nuggets. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here on another Thunder Breakdown. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button as well. Steve McGehee will have all of the information for you from courtside coming up later this evening, and then after the game and all through the weekend as well. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching this Oklahoma Zone digital studio stream. Stay with News 9, online and on television, anytime for the latest news, weather, and sports.